3 long days, some I don't know. It takes a little more than what you show, and that's yesterday. Yeah.
I'm Bobby Finn, born and bred on St. Paul's East Side, where it was all about looking out for each other, blue-collared hard work, and telling like it is. No BS. That's what you're going to get on our podcast. Straight talk from the East Side view in a world that's gone a little sideways. With me, as always, Tommy Lord. How are you, Tommy?
Let's go!
Let's go.
Doing good, brother. What's up?
Producing, Salazar. What's up, Chris? How are you?
What's up, boys? Yo, 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 let's go.
That's the new tagline.
That's the new tag.
Yo,
Yeah.
yo, let's go.
And our guest for the take 2, Zach Ogaard, Minneapolis designer, musician, and Timberwolves guru. How are you, buddy?
Hey, I'm good. How are you guys? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming back again.
We're doing good.
Yeah. I'm jacked up.
He's here. He's coming back. He's having it. The
I'm
T-Wolves.
ready.
Yeah, he's ready to talk T-Wolves. He's ready to talk music. It's going to be good.
Going to be good. So let's start out, man. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Tell us about yourself a little bit.
Yeah, Zach is my name, as you know. I live in Minneapolis, originally from Coon Rapids. I'm a creative director in advertising. Work on a lot of digital stuff, so like websites, apps, things of that nature. But I like to dabble in a lot of other things on the side, so we'll probably talk about some of those.
A lot
today.
of things. Give us like the 3 main things you dabble in on the side.
Well, music is one.
Boom.
Apparel is a new one.
Boom.
Didn't used to do that. Man. And then a third. I don't know. It's tough. It's basically like my hobbies
Yeah.
and the things I like to do are pretty much exactly the same as what I do for work, which is kind of like the dream job,
good
right?
life.
You know,
And that's why you're good at what you do, because your hobbies are your passion, and your passion is your work. So yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's good. We're going to get into it.
We're going to get into it. So, I mean, being a musician and being a sports fan, I mean, what do you think? If you could pick one, which I know what I would do, athlete or musician?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Superstar athlete or superstar musician, right?
Athlete or superstar musician?
Because you're kind of both already, but you gotta you can make it famous by doing one. What are you gonna do?
Here, well, okay. Can I be real specific?
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, then I'd probably want to be like a pro golfer.
Oh,
Because
I love it.
just-
I love it.
Just because, you know, like if you're a basketball player, a football player, you're super famous, you can't do anything. You can't go out, you know, without making a scene. So golf, you know, like if you're outside of the top 10, you're still making a shit ton of money, but if you go to a bar or something, nobody's going to know who you are. Yeah. So I think that's where I would go, because I wouldn't want anything to do with like the super, you know, busy life where paparazzi are following you and all that kind of stuff. But obviously,
I mean,
playing sports and making money is cool.
Even if you pull into the tournament as a player, people aren't going to know who you are. They're going to yank you out of the car and cuff you and stuff you.
Yeah, that is true.
Okay, let's go there for a real quick second.
Yeah,
we're not going to
please.
last long. But what do you think about the Scheffler deal? Did he get pulled out inappropriately, or did he screw with that cop inappropriately?
I mean, I didn't watch every video. There's probably a lot of like secret cams shots that people have seen, but to me, I mean, it just sounds like he probably was being a dick. He seems like, I heard he's like the nicest guy in the entire world.
Yeah.
Like super nice guy. So it's hard for me to see him being mean, but he's probably like dismissing, you know, Ogaard, because he's just like, I'm Scotty. I got this. Don't worry about it. And then I think I heard that cop is kind of a shady guy, but it's probably a lot of trolls online coming to Scotty's defense.
I got a different opinion on the whole thing.
Oh, okay, all right. That's what he got here, bud.
So my deal is that I think the cop was in the wrong. I think the cop had a little big head and just, I mean, he just he enforced his authority and not
Yeah.
realizing who it was. He thought it was just some
I don't
rando
give a shit
Chinese
who it
guy.
is, though.
It's
I
crazy.
can't- It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. Anytime a cop tells you to stop, you have to stop.
So, but
It's
Did
so
stop.
black and white.
I watched the video. I think he did stop, and that the cop like jumped in front of his car, he, like threw his hand on the glass.
but
And it was
so
like,
Yeah.
whoa, easy.
but
bro.
in previous
I'm
but
stopping.
in previous
I agree with
reports-
you. I agree with you.
But in previous reports, didn't the cops in the back, when he talked to him, rolled down his window and he talked to the cops, and they're like, "Yeah, just drive down the medium, get up front."
No, I never heard that.
I didn't hear that either.
I heard
and
that.
I also didn't see any cop get dragged.
I can't believe he didn't. How did he not go like, "Yo, I'm Scotty Scheffler, world's number one. Just let me go." And the guy
Right.
would have been like,
Probably
okay,
because he's
cool.
so nice.
And
Probably
as
because
you-
he's so nice.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, okay, sounds good. Let me. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as you said, they probably were like, yeah, bullshit.
Right.
Yeah,
Look at
because
you.
he can't recognize
Right.
him. Back to our earlier
Yeah.
point, like he just looks like a normal dude. So you're like, yeah, let me see some ID, bud.
I think they're gonna get it dismissed. I bet Scotty just is like they're done with it. Anyway, let's move on. All right,
sure.
we hit on that. We hit on that golf stuff. Let's get into this basketball stuff because you are our basketball guru. We've talked. I mean, we are such big fans of basketball here on the podcast. We get into it so deep all the time,
Especially Bobby.
and we know so much. There already is to know, Zach, but it's good that you're here to kind of like talk us through it. So. Wolves are down at this point. By the time you hear the pod,
Yep.
we're not sure what's going to happen. There's a game tonight where Wolves are down 0-3. What's your take so far on this series, bro?
It's not what I thought it was going to be. I thought, we've played Dallas pretty good this year and in the past, and I think the Nuggets in general are typically viewed as better than Dallas. So I was like, hell yeah, the hard work's out of the way, and now we can go in. It's going to be tough no matter what because obviously they're still a good team. But I thought we would look good and be better and at least be 500 with them. But man, it's crazy. I think there's a couple things. That Luka and Kyrie, man, they just know how to close the games. Everybody's talked about we've been up in the last 5 minutes in every game and we've lost them all. This is insane. Because those guys, they know how to get to their spots. They know how to make the clutch shots. So they just they do their thing and we can't stop it. I mean, Ant's been really like struggling, feels like on defense to find like his home. Cause like Luka's like 6'8", like 250. He's a big dude, and so he's a little too big for Ant, so he could just get back down. So they can't really guard Luka. Kyrie's too fast for him, so he can't really guard Kyrie. We tried that. He was dead tired in game one, and so now he's playing off the ball, and he kind of gets lost off the ball. So it's just not a good scenario for us right now. And those two guys on their team have been incredible. Like I think it was something like in the fourth quarter of game 3, they were 19 points, Luka and Kyrie, and Cat and Ant had 2 points. So, like, you're basically, if your dudes can't match their dudes,
Yep.
you're fucked, right? Doesn't
Yep.
matter how good your role players play.
Oh, I thought Ant's the next MJ. Everybody said Ant's the next MJ.
I know. People were excited. It's,
I was
It's-
excited. I mean, the guy is
Yeah.
phenomenal, but I don't know what happened. I feel like his confidence, for some reason, I think because he's been fatigued, and I think he's made some errors, and he throws the ball away with 12 seconds left in that game. I'm like,
Passing's not
Oh,
great.
dude.
Luka's
God.
passing is so good.
Yeah.
His passing is just not great.
but it's just, I think he's pushing too much. He's get the hype got to him a little bit. I still think he has everything that you need out of a superstar, but
Oh, yeah.
he takes it upon himself after the game, after the losses, and there's not a lot of superstars that do that. They're like,
Yeah, that's good.
they'll
Yeah, he
they'll
does
push
do that.
the
He's super cool. Yeah. It's tough to watch because, you love the guy, the kid, he's
good.
22, but, there was only one, those moments, if you watch any games this year where he lights on fire, it's kind of he'll hit a shot or he'll dunk the ball and you just kind of get this feeling. You're like, oh, now here's the run. It's coming. You can just feel it's like a wave and you just kind of ride it.
Yeah.
He's only had one of those moments and it was in the last game, game 3.
Yeah, it was like
where he
fourth
had that
quarter and a
fucking
third.
dunk.
Yeah.
That fucking dunk ignited him, and then he scored
Yes.
I think he scored like 10 points in that quarter, but like that was the first time we saw that Ant energy, that kind of the bench gets going and they get all excited, and then everybody starts playing a little bit harder when he does something like that. But that was the only time this whole series, so hopefully he can get it and sustain it too, because obviously once we got to the fourth, he was back to not playing well.
They're relying on the three-pointer way too much. I think Ant has to do what Devin Booker did to the Timberwolves. I mean, he would just drive the lane and he couldn't stop him. We as a team overcame it, but he's got too much athleticism. I don't give a shit if he's double teamed or not. I mean, he's going to start getting calls and get to the free throw line and all that, So he's got to take it to the hole. I mean, he has to.
Yeah, that's like getting to the basket is kind of a great way to get your outside shot going. It's just like getting a couple layups, seeing the ball go in the hoop. I have heard a couple of things where essentially because our guys, especially Cat, haven't been hitting threes, essentially like all the Dallas defenders are sagging off of our three-point shooters and sitting in the gaps where Ant would normally drive. And so like, let's say Carl goes, 4 for 8 on threes in the last game instead of 0 for 8. Then that lane opens up for Ant to drive. So it's basically they've just been clogging Ant's lanes, and none of the other guys on our team are making them pay. And so, like, unless they help and make some threes to open it up, it's going to be tough for him to get there because it's just clogged.
Yeah, I mean, based on that, so then send in, are we getting out coached? Send in Cat in the middle. So, get him up for layups. Instead of three-pointers, we don't need three-pointers every damn shot. Sixth man of the year, is he going to be starting tonight over Rudy? These guys got it. We got to get some more in the paint and just take advantage of what we have.
You're a big Finch guy, Zach. Are you, at the Bobby Finn Knows Everyone podcast, we have a dick of the week.
Okay.
Is the coach the dick of the week? Is Carl the dick of the week? Are the refs the dick of the week?
You can't ever make Finch dick of the week. He's way too nice, man. That's like that would be super cruel, right? I've never heard him say anything that made me cringe or angry at him. He's just a dad out there.
He's get out coached a little bit.
I think so. It just feels like whatever adjustments we're doing aren't working. I think there was a quote from him in his last game interview where he was talking about how he was trying something different on defense, but it's a defense that they haven't tried in such a long time that they forgot how to play that defense. And so, like, it was just super rusty, and it didn't work in the last game. So
overcoaching.
He's trying shit from like 2 months ago, just crossing his fingers and hoping that it's going to work, but it's just not working.
You also have to have your players hit shots, and that's what Dallas is doing. Those guys are just hitting everything, and you got to rely on Carl for a little bit. When you get nothing, you're just like, ugh, give me something.
Yeah, Cat's most effective weapon has been his knee.
Yeah, right. Knee the balls.
He need that dude in the nuts, and then he need the same guy in the back of the head sprained his neck.
Sprained his neck? It looked like he concussed that dude. That looked like a hockey injury or a football injury, didn't it?
He's not playing. That dude's lively. He's not playing.
Oh,
tonight,
I would. That looked violent.
Could you imagine? Just imagine what LeBron James would have done on that. If he got the knee to the back of the head or the nuts.
Oh,
it would have been the crappie flop.
Fine.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he would have been banned from basketball altogether.
That's actually a real basketball injury.
Yeah. I told Tom there needs to be an embellishment call in basketball with the way these guys overreact sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. They were supposed to this year. They were supposed to crack down on it and start calling, giving people texts for flopping, but I didn't really see any of that. So maybe the refs are the dick of the week because they haven't followed through on what they were supposed to be doing. But definitely the knee to the back of the head was that he wasn't flopping. He just got cold clocked or whatever.
He got hit.
He got smoked. So we need Cat to go out there tonight and knee Luca in the midsection or in the calf.
Zach,
take him out for
when
it.
he kneed the dude in the nuts, did they actually spray something on his junk? Did you see that?
I did not see
some
that.
trainer went over to the side, grabbed a little thing. It looked like Banaka or something. He sprayed it on his crotch.
Who's going down there?
And then I was
You've
like,
seen-
over the shorts. And I was like, over the shorts, Andy? Over the shorts, Banaka? Like, what's going
Hey.
on here, bro?
You've seen that in soccer, though, where they, another sport, one of my favorite sports, but they flop a lot. But then they take out the magic spray. And
That's good.
And the dude's, he's
Right off
flopping,
the-
and then
right off the
they
bat
go over,
belt.
and then they spray him in the shoulder, and then he pops up. It's just like so goofy.
Right
Right.
off the bat belt, right
Some of
next to
that.
the shark repellent.
Yeah, they take him out on a stretcher, give him a little spray, and they're running back
Yeah.
on the field 2 minutes later, and like, oh my god.
Let's do this since we're on the subject. Let's talk about the Denheads Dick of the Week. And Denheads is awesome. You got to check out Denheads. You want to say a little word about Denheads?
Denheads is a great company, great guy. Sean Moss runs the company. I brought my vehicle in there probably a month ago. Took him about 2 hours, and it was perfect. And he's like, "You stick around another hour, and I'll make it even better." I'm like, "Well, what? It's perfect right now." But with all the hail and all the storms going on right now, check him out. Good guy, local guy, has his facility in Bloomington. Go down there, check it out. Shoot the shit with him for a while. He's a super good dude, does a classy job, and tell him we sent you. But Denhead's Dick of the Week.
Yeah, because hail can be a menace, and it can be a dick. But the other Dick of the Week is, I think, NBA refs. Like, how many calls is Dallas going to get? I mean, I feel like I've seen, hands holding guys down while they're trying to get up, and it's, I don't know. I mean, you always say that when you're losing, right? Refs are jerks, but I feel like we're not getting
even on
calls.
that ant dunk, the big dunk.
Yeah, the big dunk.
Gafford was draped all over him with his arms.
Yeah.
No call.
Yeah.
It should have been an and one. I mean, it's you look at a freeze frame of a picture versus a moving picture. It looks different, but for sure, I think it was Ant after the game quotes. He always likes to quote this very same quote every time. But basically, I think the Mavs had 31 free throws. We had 15, 16.
Come on.
So almost double the amount of free throws, which is essentially, if we hit 80%, which we
Game's
normally
over.
are close to that, then we win the game. So
Yeah.
There was a
But,
block. I can't remember who blocked Cat, but Cat jumped. He jumped and he grabbed his shoulder and pushed him
Gafford.
down and then swatted the ball. I'm like,
Yes.
how do you not see that? Come on.
Yeah.
That's just-
Basically prevented Cat from getting in airborne.
Yep, absolutely.
And then just slap that shit out of
Right.
bounds.
I mean, if it was me jumping, they would say, "Oh yeah, you can't jump."
I don't know
But
what the guy's name was, but he was the short black ref. He's the Angel Hernandez of NBA basketball.
He's the one that teed up Anderson.
Yeah.
Yes. How about the tee-ups?
Kyle.
Slow mo.
I will say Kyle Anderson has been playing awesome
He
this
has
series. Probably his best of the entire playoffs. I got a hunch. Slow-mo plays 30-plus minutes tonight.
Wow,
There it is.
you heard it here.
Bet on that. Is Cat? You think Cat's going to start over Nas?
For sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
for
Ki-
sure. Really?
Ki-
Okay, that's it for sure.
They're not. Yeah.
Okay,
they
and
wouldn't-
Anderson's
I
going to
don't-
go off.
I don't.
And Slow-mo's going
Slow-mo.
off. We call him Slow-mo here on the podcast.
Slow-mo is just super smart. He just knows, he's not as physically gifted as some of these other guys or as skilled as some of these other guys, but he just knows how to play basketball. He knows what's happening when he's watching it, whereas Ant is still kind of catching up on some of that stuff. It just takes time to learn all of it. So Slow-mo's getting in there, and he's just kind of predicting stuff and seeing what's happening in the plays, and he's been playing well. So he hasn't been a liability on offense, which is normally his thing. He sucks on offense,
he
so you're
was
like,
great
keep him
last
out
game.
because he's always a solid defender. He's always in the right position. But he's been good, man. I like him.
That's sweet.
He's a weird looking dude, but I
He
like him.
is. He's an accountant
'cause
or
he's
an
got a-
engineer.
He's what?
He looks like an accountant or an engineer or something, but
Because
he's out there
receding hairline. Give him a break, bro. We're all getting up there. And
trying to get hair restoration.
Yeah, you
as
should.
a sponsor, but
So Zach, what do you think of? So you're down with slow mo. Nas is obviously stud.
Stud, yep, for sure.
Do we need? I don't know which one to pick, but we got Nas. Do we really need to give up 4 first rounders for Rudy when you got Nas, or do we need to like really keep?
here we go.
Do we need to keep Cat around? We got Nas. Like, come on! I know the depth is good, but guy's a stud. The other guys are panicking under pressure. I'm sick of this shit.
I feel like the Nas comparison is better for swapping with Carl. You know, like I do feel like Rudy is very effective despite the crap people are throwing at him. You know, so like I could see if this series doesn't go well, which, you know, the odds are against us. I could see in the offseason Tim Connolly really taking a look at trading Carl and trying to get something else, and then we move Nas into the starting lineup in Carl's spot.
Yeah.
Because I think the thing that we're seeing is we need another ball handler that can create their own shot. We don't have that. Like Nas can do it a little bit, but he can't really do it on his own. It's always off of like offensive actions. We need another player like Ant who can get their own shot. You're seeing it with Luka and Kyrie. You just give it to one of those dudes, they kind of take turns and then they just fuck you up.
Well, maybe we could draft him next year. Wait, maybe we could draft him the year after. Maybe we could draft him. No, I guess we can't. Like that?
Well, I think Carl is, regardless of what everybody thinks of him, or he's still a top 20 player in the league. We're going to get a haul for him, whether that's players or assets, if we do trade him. And I think they might, because our offense has been really bad. So we need a boost.
We need to get that DiVincenzo from New York.
DiVincenzo?
DiVincenzo, yes.
DiVincenzo.
Should have had him in the game.
Absolutely, they should have, for sure.
Are you a little upset that guys like me are already jumping off the bandwagon when I just stepped on? Is it weird that people are already like throwing in the towel and like, this is bullshit, team?
I mean, honestly, it's not surprising, right? Like I feel like I do this with the Twins. Like if they're good, I'll be all over it and I'll want to show up to a bunch of games in the summer and hang out, and then playoffs I'll be interested. But if they suck, I'm out, So like I'm guilty of it. Wow. So it doesn't surprise me that,
they just
the Wolves
started.
have that same thing.
They just got going. We've got a good future with these guys. Nobody should jump off the bandwagon yet. They're young. They're just getting rolling. I think everybody needs to calm down, me included.
One thing I've heard from people, especially people that I've personally put onto the Wolves, is basically like, they don't start watching till like 3/4 of the way through the season. So like they just kind of ignore everything that's happening. They don't know any of the trades that go down, and then they pop in and they're like, oh, we're 10 games above 500. I'm gonna watch now.
Yeah.
Like it's just that's kind of what I do with baseball. But
that's sports though, right? Minnesota in sports. Anytime a team starts winning, everybody starts being a fan. And as soon as they start losing, it's like the Titanic and the rats are jumping off. But yeah. I told you, Minnesota sports. That's what everybody. Yeah,
that's
it's gonna get you.
Let's talk about.
Yeah.
No, I'm
okay.
sorry,
Hold on.
yeah.
Let's back up. We're gonna cut this out. So let's talk. Hey, let's talk a little bit about Tim Connolly, the GM here. What do you guys think? Bobby had a good little saying about him the other day. Zach, I know you're a big fan, right? What do you think, Bobby?
Yeah. I think he's a maestro. I think he's got it. He knows how to put the right people together. I mean, I think he's got it. I'll be amazed. I mean, with no first-round draft pick, I'll be amazed at what he's able to do with this team already. But
for sure,
I think he just figured out chemistry, right? I mean, is he like the puppet master? Is he a Dungeons and Dragons guy, or what do you think he is?
I mean, he probably played a lot of strategic games as a youth. That's for sure. I would say, he built Denver, right? And they won a championship.
Yeah.
And then he built the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves are built to beat Denver, which we did. So he's probably like the cockiest, the most silent cocky motherfucker in the world, right? Because he's just aces, right? I bet when he was in Denver at the games watching the Wolves beat Denver, he was just loving it. It'll be interesting to see like what happens, because if the Mavs end up kicking our ass, is he going to now like formulate our team to beat the Mavericks? Because that'd be weird to be switching your team around to beat like one specific team every year. You have no idea how that team's going to play. So we'll see what happens. But like, I've been very impressed with them. Like, even we didn't have much for picks last year, and we got Leonard Miller with like, I think we traded up to get to like the 33rd pick. I think that's where we took him. And Leonard Miller, he's been playing in the G League all year, but that dude is going to be a fun player to watch. I think very athletic. Look for him next year for sure. And that's like they were saying steal of the draft, and Conley's getting him in the second round. I think he drafted Jokic like 41st or something in the second round, which is insane.
He's got to change his name, though. That is not a fun name. Leonard. I mean.
Lenny? You just call him Lenny?
Lenny Miller. Yeah. No, that's.
Oh, I got a fun game for us to play with names if you
all
want
right.
to play games. But first, let's do this. First, let's thank some of our sponsors. And the first sponsor we're going to thank is Chill Boys. Chill Boys makes life-changing underwear. And you know why they're life-changing? Because they are made from bamboo. And they keep your boys cool down south no matter what you're doing. If you're sweating the T-Wolves, if you're sweating the Twins, if you're sweating the Wild, put on some Chill Boys, because they do not make you sweat. They make 3 different kinds of underwear: bamboo boxers, bamboo boxer briefs, and performance boxers. You name it. Bobby, I think you wear if I know you intimately, I think you wear the boxer briefs.
Well, I do have some of those.
Mm-hmm.
They're nice.
There's the boxers and the performance boxers, so they keep your boys cool when you need it most, especially when you're watching the T-Wolves tonight. So check out Chill Boys. And if you go to if you go to chillboys.com and use pull tab 15, you get 15% off your order. So that's Chill Boys. That's comfort where it counts. And then,
boys, I've been looking for some undies. So
you got to get Chill Boys.
They're so fantastic.
They're the best. Seriously.
My boys need to chill.
It's bamboo. I don't know what it is. Your boys
even
need to
right
chill.
Even right now, as I sit here, I need some Chill Boys.
You definitely need some Chill Boys. The other sponsor is Stoli Vodka, and we're going to do Bobby's Bar Review, which is sponsored by Stoli Vodka. And you know why it's sponsored by Stoli Vodka? Because they're big fans of the podcast. They're big fans of Pull Tab Sports. And so I'm going to tell all you listeners, if you're out at the bar and you're going to order a drink, don't order a Tito's. Order a Stoli soda.
Tito's is Gerbos.
Order a Stoli and, I don't know, Cran. Order a Stoli. I don't know. Just order Stoli straight up. It's delicious.
On the rocks. Can't
On
go
the
wrong.
rocks, yeah. So Stoli Bar Review. Bobby's got a favorite bar that he always talks about. And tonight he's got one kind of in your neck of the woods, Zach, where you grew up over there in the CR. Bobby, where'd you go this
Went
week?
to Billy's Bar and Grill in Anoka, the Halloween capital of the world. And it was great. I was surprised. Kind of like the old kind of building. I was like, oh, all right, what am I getting myself into? Walk in, a few people there playing tabs, watching sports. I mean, it had a good vibe to it. End up, seeing a little hot box. Let the regulars play.
Wait,
then they
what did
left.
you see? You saw what? Hot box.
Well,
What are you talking about here?
there was there was no hot boxes there.
Oh, okay, gotcha. A pull tab
The
box.
other hot pull tab box.
pull
yes,
tab
yes,
box.
yes.
Jesus, I don't know what we're talking about over here.
Let the regulars play.
Okay, yep.
Threw in 20, hit 100. Threw in 20, hit 50.
Dang.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Up
Thank-
there at Billy's,
thank-
old Towny Bar.
The old
Little-
Towny Bar.
Nice. So did
Yep.
you walk in? It's kind of like dark atmosphere and
Kind
like
of had
cool
that
people
old
hanging.
Yeah. I mean,
Did
they were
have
fun.
carpet on the walls?
There was no carpet. It wasn't the velveteen or the.
It's a dive, yeah?
It's a dive. Yeah. The food was good.
Ish.
Yep. Dive-ish for sure. Yep. It's my favorite place.
All right. So here you go. This is Billy's Bar Review. Bobby seems to like it. Did you have food there?
Food was about I'd say probably 8.5. They was pretty good, but
Okay. Like burgers? Yeah.
Burgers good.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
yeah. You know I don't stray too often.
Right. What about the service? What was that bartender like for you?
They were funny. They were good.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when they found out about our podcast. They're talk about us. Yeah.
Do you walk into bars and go, I got a podcast, give me
No.
free shit?
I was on I was doing a video and they saw me doing a video. So they're like,
You
what are
better
you
not be doing that. Swaying
Give
the
me
votes.
free shit.
All right.
No, they were super cool.
All right,
Yeah.
so-
You know,
serve it?
you know he does. He walks in there and I'm like, hey, I'm going to do a bar review.
I got business cards printed
Can
out.
I get another Stoli soda?
Yeah, you got T-shirts with the podcast name on it?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I bet you do.
No, we can't get them. We've been trying for 2 years.
So what'd you get? What are you gonna rank that one? So you get food like an 8.5?
Service, I'll say 8.7.
Okay, that's good. Atmosphere, what's it like there?
I mean, it was a little dungy, but it's dingy, but
that's good. You like that,
it was
right?
8.5. I'll give it.
You don't want
8.5.
no Applebee's kind of.
Yeah, no, I don't want none of that crap.
Okay. And then, do you drink at the bar, or do you just kind of have water and leave?
Well,
What'd
it
you
was
do?
probably 3:00 in the afternoon, but I did have to do a bar review, so I
might
I
as
forced
well.
myself. So I'd give those drinks a 9.2.
Ooh,
Unbelievable. Now, that's really high. It just for a place in Anoka, that's insane. Now I'm guessing, and we
You have to
talked a little bit
understand
about
Bobby's
this, but I'm
standards,
guessing
too.
Bobby hasn't gone and done a review at a place like Spoon and Stable or Porzana or something down here.
I don't speak your language.
Zach's from downtown Minneapolis
Oh, yeah.
here. So you've been to Spoon and Stable?
I've never been to Spoon and Stable.
Come
no.
on, Bobby.
We're going to the Loon next week.
Is the
I
Lu-
mean,
is the
that's
Loon upscale?
basically like an Anoka bar, right? In downtown. So
That's
Now
right.
you know
Like
what
it.
I'm.
it's a good spot. It's a good spot. I love it. I go there a lot before the games. But we need to get you to do a bar review of a Spoon and Stable or something like that, where you're going to go in there and give it probably a 3.0 out of 10. The first time ever. It's like the James Beard award-winning restaurant.
As
And
long as it's not
this-
the booze part.
Yeah.
You got to fill out
Well,
a
the
credit app before you walk
cocktails are
in, though,
good.
Bobby.
Do you know, Zach, do you know why he's not going to rank it high? Because we've got 4 other extra criteria that
Okay.
helps us rank these bar reviews. And what are we calling it? We're calling it the Fabulous 4. And I'm guessing Spoon and Stable, I'm not sure. Maybe they have some of these. Did this place called Billy's in Anoka have golden tea?
They did.
Did they have touch tunes?
They did.
Did they have pull tabs?
They did.
Did they have Stoli vodka?
That's the 4.
Oh
Spoon
my
and
God.
Stable.
Yeah, no, that doesn't exist. I don't even know. There's probably only a few places downtown that are going to have those. The Fab Four.
The Fab 4.
All of them are going to have Stoli.
Okay, there, boom.
Perfect.
You know,
All right.
Stoli will be everywhere. Well, I don't know. Spoon and Stable might even. They might.
Yeah,
it might be.
Might be too high for them or too low for them.
Yeah.
They're gonna have to
I don't
get
know.
elite.
Good.
Elite is the Stoli the high level.
Ooh.
They haven't. I don't think they're advertising too much for it yet, but it's coming. It's dynamite.
Elite. It's one of my brother's favorite words.
Elite.
Everything's elite.
Do you like PJ Fleck?
Elite.
He claims that he started it and PJ Fleck copied him.
All right, let's do this. Let's play this little game I got, boys. It's gonna have fun. I just texted you the list. Zach helped me out with it. We're not gonna do every one, but there's a lot of basketball players with some interesting names. And since we are such big fans of the NBA and hoops here on the pod, I'm guessing this will not be tough for you at all. So check out the list I texted you, Sal and Bobby. You're gonna play this game.
Wait, hold on. I didn't
Hold
get
on,
it.
yeah, hold on. I'm gonna turn off my Wi-Fi here. Coming. There you go. Just got sent. So what we're gonna do is, let's go to the, third name down the list. No, wait, fourth name down the list. Can you pronounce this NBA basketball player's name? Bobby, I'm gonna let you go first. okay?
Andre Iguodala.
Bing, Zach. Have him say it again.
Say it one more time.
Andre
one more time.
Iguodala.
Yep, that's right.
Andre Iguodala. Bobby gets a point. Bing, bing, bing.
He's heard that one
Gave him
before.
the easy
Oh
one.
yeah.
All right, Sal. We are gonna go to the. Let's see here. Let's go to the next name on the list, Sal.
Really?
Yep. Sal's had trouble with this in the past.
Yeah, I even know the answer, and I'm still going to get it wrong.
Oh yeah.
Gianaz Antetokounmpo.
That is incorrect. It's a tough one. It's Giannis. Giannis is the
that's
first name
right.
for sure.
Why is it Giannis? He's a Greek
it's Greek,
freak?
man.
He's a
It's
Greek freak.
It's
Okay.
just how it goes. And then the last name, I would say Antetokounmpo.
What did I say? I think that's what I said.
Oh, you did a
You
lot.
said like
yeah.
All right,
right.
so it is 1-0 for Bobby. The next name is the next one after Giannis, Bobby. Try that one.
Danilo Gallinari, the rooster.
Wait, say it again.
Danilo Gallinari, the rooster.
That's pretty close. It's Danilo Gallinari.
Danilo.
So he's just not doing
I'm
the,
not
like, the
Italian
accent.
accent
So
yet.
I would have gave it to him, honestly.
Really?
Oh my God! What you
What-
guys are?
I mean,
this is
you don't-
conspiracy.
What, Sal? You
enough-
just gotta get on the bandwagon with us.
Not enough Stoli yet.
Okay, Sal, you get the next one. It's the next one on the list. This is easy. Come on.
That's an easy one.
Evan Fournier.
Very close. Evan is correct. It's Fournier. You were Fournier. You got to do the little N.
I'm claiming this test is culturally biased.
Sal's a
It's-
Hispanic man. He cannot say French words.
No,
Um,
I don't see any Hispanics
Zach,
in here. So
I got it.
mean,
Okay, so
Yeah.
it's 2-0 for Bobby. I have a question for you, Zach. Do you know that
Yeah.
guy's nickname?
No.
So that guy's nickname, Evan Fournier.
Fournier.
His nickname is
Fournier.
Fournier is Don't Google. Because
Don't Google?
Don't Google is his nickname. And why his nickname is Don't Google is because his last name is like a Fournier in French means like this awful disease that you get. It's like
Oh.
not syphilis, not a sexual disease. It's like gangrene. It's like a form of gangrene
Okay.
that's
Fournier?
disgusting. So if you Google his last name, you get this disgusting pus matter scar.
Don't Google.
So the players just call him Don't Google. Hey,
Nice.
NBA.
I didn't know
NBA
that.
guru right here, baby.
I like it.
Look at Bobby. He just
you
wants
do-
to win.
Don't give me Victor because that's an easy one.
All right.
Give Sal that
Let's go, Bobby. We're going to give you Zach. Do you have the list in front of you?
I do.
Which one should Bobby go with next? Because we'll give Sal Victor. Which one should Bobby do?
Well, the rest of them I don't necessarily know if I
How
know
about-
how to pronounce them.
How about
so
number
I
2?
couldn't-
How about number 2?
Number 2. Do number 2.
Okay, number 2.
Le Gwentz Dort.
I mean,
Zach loves Bobby. He's going to give it to him.
He doesn't
No,
know
I
any
mean-
different.
I just don't know. I don't know how to pronounce the first name, but it's Lou Dort, who's a very popular player. Good
Lugan,
player.
I would say it's
Uh,
Lugwentz. Lugwentz.
That's what I
Gwentz.
said.
It's pretty close. I don't know.
All right, Bobby's winning 3-0.
oh my
Fire.
God!
Now, I want to hear them both say Victor's last name.
All right.
And see if they.
All right.
'Cause Bobby was
we'll
pretty
have,
cocky
should we have them
about
say it at the same time or should we have them say it separately?
Say it separately. We'll do it separately.
Okay, Sal, you
you
get to go. Let's have Sal go.
It's not
Sal's
even.
turn.
All you have to do is pronounce it right.
No, let's have Sal go. He wants a point, for God's sakes.
Victor.
What?
Come on now.
Come on, Sally.
When Banma. When Ban when Banma.
Oh my lord.
I don't know. Wim Ban Yama. When Banyama.
Wenbanyama. I think that's it, right?
Yama.
Wenbanyama.
Wendanmaya.
Wenbanyama.
There's probably it's going to be it's going to start
Hey.
like a G or
Not
something.
Italian. Hey, it's Victor Wenbanyama.
Victor Wembanyama.
Bobby, get it?
Wembanyama.
Oh,
Victor Wembanyama. Yama.
You got to say it. Nope, you got it wrong. Wembenyama. You
Yama.
keep saying Yana.
Fuck. Ban Yam. Yam ban.
All right.
There's a lot of N's and M's.
Well, pick a winner on that one. Who was closer?
Probably Bobby.
Oh my God! It is a conspiracy.
Sorry.
Is he taking you on the next bar review?
Yeah, yes. This is so good. All right. Good job. That was the can you say this NBA player's name?
I thought about Key and Peele on the last one on that list, though.
There's some definitely NBA players.
Taquavion Smith.
Yes. All right, so Zach, let's. We've done a lot here already
Yeah.
today, but we need to get into more of Zach Ogaard and your creative stylings. You got some good fashion on there, and I know you've got your own brand. You've got your own line of clothing. It's awesome. Uniform Goods is the company's name. Uniformgoods.co.
That's correct.
Yep,
Yes.
uniformgoods.co for all you Wolves fans out there. Zach's got his own Timberwolves-inspired line of apparel. Talk us through how you
Yes.
got there and what you make.
Yeah. So, Uniform Goods. It's a first year doing it, so it's pretty new. Basically, everything in the store right now is a Wolves-esque type of apparel. Plan is in the future to make more things that maybe aren't Wolves. Might make people sad, but for now it's Wolves, and it's doing really well. It's been a great response. The online community for Wolves gear and Wolves Twitter is really strong. So everybody's been supportive. I call them my uniform patrons. Kind of a throwback word.
Nice.
I do have
look
my
at that.
Nas. I'll move the mic real quick. It's the Nas Reed.
Nice.
The Nas Reed album hoodie. It's probably our most popular item because Nas Reed is obviously everybody's favorite.
Where'd that come from? Where'd you get inspired to make that from?
Yeah, so it's kind of a slight deep cut. You got to know two things. You got to know Nas, the rapper, who is kind of an old school, late 90s, early 2000s rapper, and what his album cover was like for Illmatic, one of his first albums. I think it was like 1994. I was like 9 years old at the time.
Bobby was 41.
I took it. Yeah, he was 41. Oh my god. But essentially, like this is a play off of that. So like the rapper Nas had his baby face on his album cover, and it was orange.
Where'd
so
you
I
find-
basically
where'd you
doused
find the
it in
picture?
wolves.
Where'd you
and,
find the
and
baby
found it.
Yeah,
picture?
where'd you get that baby picture?
I think he's probably like 12, but it was the youngest thing I could find online. It took me. I probably searched for like an hour just to find one that was like high res enough to use, and I think I even used AI to upscale it. So I don't know. Shout out to me for really working hard and trying to figure it out because it took forever there. Yeah. So so this is probably our most popular one. We make a bunch of other ones as well, so go check it out.
What do you got
There's
under?
really
You
cool.
got what's that T-shirt that you have for that? It was like the death metal one. What was that?
It's a Slim.
Slim.
It's a Slim.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
That's a Jaden McDaniels reference. That's his nickname. So
Yep.
there's a Slim. There's a windbreaker that's really cool. It's called the Playoff Race Windbreaker for the ladies. Actually, it's a cropped windbreaker. Look really good on Bobby.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, show off with some midriff a little bit. But yeah, it's been really fun. Gonna keep it going. And yeah, I'm actually working on some summer session kind of off-season stuff for Wolves. It's a little more like casual wear, button-up stuff that you might even take a date on. So be on the lookout.
I love it. All right, the other thing we got to talk about, Zach, is your budding music career. So you are a guy who makes music, and when I first met you way back when, you do these raps and make these albums, literally albums about National Corn Dog Day, and they're great tunes.
They're amazing.
Let's play a little bit right here. Hopefully you get this. Can you hear that? Here it goes.
I'm here to croon with my platoon. Y'all know me, corn dog tycoon. I need a girl who likes to consume dynamite meat, make your mouth go boom. My engine goes vroom, zoom, zoom, buzz lightyear to the moon. Bitch, can't eat these with a fork or a spoon. Hot meat wrapped like a damn cocoon. Let's take a dip in the sauce lagoon. This ain't a trip, it's a boss monsoon. Is it way too soon if I make you swoon? Corn dog back with a fresh new tune.
I mean, that's a banger, dude. I mean, you're taking me to the sauce lagoon tonight, dude. This is hot.
Yeah. Get lost in the sauce.
Let's get lost in the sauce. So
yeah.
Talk about this.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really. I could give you a little backstory on how it all came to be, but like essentially, like back in the day, I'm a creative guy. I didn't have much money. I was probably like 23, 24 years old, and I was trying to figure out how to eat for free Monday through Friday 1 week for lunch. So I would go on to like slickdeals.net and other forums such as, and look for, coupons or rebates or, things like that. And one of them was just free coupons for corn dogs. And so I actually went to Cub Foods, shout out to Cub Foods, and I redeemed, I think I had like 12 coupons. So I got like 12 boxes of corn dogs and, had a party for National Corn Dog Day. And that's kind of how everything started. And the parties got bigger and bigger. And I started to feel like I needed to make invites to get people excited about the party, lure them in. So I started making websites. The websites got pretty big, kind of popular. Won a Webby for them. And then I kind of got bored with websites. So then I was like, what else can I do now? And I'm fortunate enough to have a friend who's a really talented musician, singer, producer. And so him and I started making songs. And so now we've made an album or two and probably got like 12 or 13 different tracks. Some of them are released, some aren't. Some are kind of in the works still, but it's been super fun and just weird as hell and a fun side project. So yeah.
Well, unfortunately, we missed it. So
Corn Dog Day?
2025. Maybe we'll do a podcast from the National Corn Dog Day.
Is it in the spring or in the fall? I forget. It's
March 16th.
Oh,
it changes. It changes every year. So it's it kind of coincides with March Madness. So it's it's typically the first Saturday. So
gotcha.
And that date
March
changes
Madness.
every year. So, but yeah,
dude,
yeah.
they should be sending you.
Actually,
corn dogs for
I didn't do jack squat this year, which is kind of sad. We started working on a couple tracks, but didn't finish them. But I think then for the next party that happens, my goal is to do a corn dog inspired art gallery. So we're talking New York City, white walls, a little highbrow, lowbrow. So basically, I got a bunch of beautiful artwork on the wall of corn dogs, and then maybe have like a trough of dogs that people can come in. Maybe they pay $10, they get a dog and a beer, and they get to browse. And maybe we can sell some of the artwork for charity or something like that.
That would be so great.
Do you have a fave lyric from your corn dog songs? I mean, you've sent me a bunch, and my wife is like, "What are you listening to right now?" I'm like, "This is the best music ever." Give us one of your favorite lyrics. I know you got one.
Yeah, so one in particular, there's a number of good ones, but there's one that I really like. It's from a song called Zach Efron, who's a famous actor, if you don't know, who's in really good shape. And it's my buddy Austin is actually singing these words, but the lyrics are pretty great. I will say, sorry, I'll back up. I like to theme the songs a little bit, and so this song, the Zac Efron song, is basically just saying like, you've been hanging out with someone, and you've gotten to a place in your relationship, you're really comfortable with them, and so now all we're doing is hanging out, chilling at the crib, and eating some corn dogs. and we're not worried about looking good or anything like that. So that's
let
kind of
yourself
set you
go.
up for these words. So you don't need your Sunday best on. You can eat these with your sweats on. Just skip that fucking restaurant. Go ahead and fire up that Teflon. We're eating like we're freshmen, never looking like Zach Efron. So basically, just saying we're eating and we're never gonna have 6-pack abs. But that's just like, one little splice of something.
What's a favorite corn dog?
Yeah, favorite corn dog. Give us your
Brand?
top 3. Where do you go for your top 3 favorite corn dogs? It could be an event. It could be a grocery store. It
Oh.
could be a.
It's always the grocery store. I rarely, unless it's mini corn dogs, I'll get those out at a restaurant. But definitely just getting the big ones frozen and either frying them up yourself or doing them in the oven is the best. We have a song that's not done yet called Golden Brown. That it's literally just about watching the corn dogs bake in the oven at 425, and so you
so good.
you got words like it's basically like a Michael. Is it Michael McDonald? Is that
Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically Michael McDonald singing Golden Brown really loud, and then we punch in with words that kind of speak to what happens when the corn dog is being baked, and so it's like crunchy on the outside, juicy on the inside, or slow it down. You got to turn them around. Like when you're halfway through done with baking, you got to flip them over so you get both sides nice and good. So it's literally just about making the perfect corn dog in the oven. That's the whole song.
So good.
Somebody needs to hire you, dude. Like Stouffer's or whoever makes corn
Yeah.
dogs needs to hire you. State Fair, yeah.
Cub Foods, maybe.
Cub Foods, yeah. Cub Foods. We know some people at Cub Foods. That's for sure.
Absolutely.
Give me a call.
God, well done. Yeah, I love your tunes. So good. Would you rather be called Would you rather be called the corn dog tycoon or the corn dog daddy?
Well,
Or the corn
No,
dog,
you gotta-
corn
we're-
D-O-double-G.
My- yeah, that's when we get a feature from Snoop Dogg. He'll be
Okay.
on there.
All right.
But no, our name is the Taste Buds, so that I don't want to be called anything but that. We have a song called Corn Dog Daddy.
Right, I know.
When you
It's
say
so-
taste buds,
Zach
is that-
Ogaard.
is there a double entendre on that one too?
Not really.
Buds.
If you want
Buds.
it to be, there is, but it's kind of more. You're basically just a corn dog pimp. That's like the story, and basically you're taking a woman's worries away by feeding her corn dogs. It's got a real nice solo in it too, synth.
I like it.
Yeah. So you can find all this stuff either on Spotify or SoundCloud if you're a SoundClouder.
It's worth it.
But there'll be more. Yeah, there'll be more for sure.
It's
that's
worth
good.
it. It's catchy and it's good.
Yeah,
That is good.
that's
Corn dog's
awesome.
not bad either.
Oh God, Zach, you crack me up, dude. So go to Spotify, go to YouTube, go to SoundCloud, listen to the tunes from the
Yeah, YouTube.
from Zach and the,
There's actually a music
the
video.
Taste Buds.
I don't know if have you seen the music video before?
I don't.
Do you have a
think I
video of it?
I don't.
Music.
We're gonna have to-
Yeah,
we'll have to cut it
I'm
in.
actually it's for the song called The Drop. There's a music video and I'm in it and my buddy's in it. It's
That's gonna be great.
It's like one of those things that you show your kids in 20 years and they're gonna think you're a loser, but it's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
All right, uniformgoods.co, and then check out the Taste Buds and Zach Ogaard's tunes all over SoundCloud, Spotify, YouTube, all the stuff. So
Hell yeah.
yeah,
It was great, man. It was great. We got a game coming up here. You got to get
Big
get all
time.
fired up for it, and hopefully we can see Game 5 because I don't think the run's over. I think they'll figure out what they've done.
I agree.
wrong.
My prediction is we win tonight and then we win the next one and then I don't know what happens from there. I think we go game 6. We give it a run, but hey, the Nuggets took us to 7, right? So I
Tell
think
you what.
if there's any team that can do it, it's us. We're kind of a weird team. We do things when people don't think we'll do them. So
We're gonna make
I'll be
history.
drinking a
We've thrown
lot of red
away
wine tonight.
the last 3 games, so to me, we should have beat the shit out of them every game. I know Luka and Irvin been doing great, but we gave up all 3 games. So
Yeah,
I think the
if
run
Cat
is coming.
just scores like 16 points, we win.
Right.
You know? He just needs to step up, man. He
Yep.
makes a lot of money.
Makes a lot of money. But hey, thank you so much for being on it again. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Tune in, and we're gonna get those corn dogs going, and can't wait. Shit, I wish the Hillside Cafe had one because I might
That's where
get
we're
into
heading
that.
next. Yep, that's
But
right.
Thanks again for everything. Go
Yeah.
Wolves. Appreciate it. And everybody else, thank you for listening. We can be heard on Spotify, YouTube, and all other platforms where you get your podcasts. Please like and subscribe and tell a friend about us. Last of all, like I learned on the East Side, work hard. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Tell it like it is. Help your neighbors. Try to contribute in a positive way. Smile, laugh, be a good person. And most of all, don't be a dick. We are out.
Yo, we're out.
Go Wolves.
Corn dogs crunchier than croutons. Wood grain dripping in a motherfucking Yukon. Sniffing a dude song with 2 bongs. Watching Disney's Mulan. Tater tots on a random futon. Getting my cool on. I give the beat life like a neutron. My head is not properly screwed on. More numbers in a lotto coupon. When I die, make sure it reads. Grab my corn dog on my tombstone.
Grab my corn dog. Grab my corn dog, dip it in your ketchup. Grab my corn dog. Grab my corn dog, dip it in whatever you like.
Dipping sauce balls, getting messy like Leo. I eat 'em in a trio, calling Miss Cleo. Coogee sweater on like the father of Theo. Chorusing the girls like Neo. Like